Look, guys, to be honest, I don't even know why I'm mad right now, aside from the fact that I think part of me was going into this trying to prove myself wrong. So, I have some tea. No, I have some drama. No, I have a PSA announcement. I have a story that literally just happened today. Like, 3 hours ago. So, I get approached by sugar daddies all the time. And I'm not bragging. Oh, trust me, I'm not bragging. Because they're not even sugar daddies. They're stepdaddies. They're fake as fuck. They're splenda ass daddies. They're splenda daddies. Artificial. Now, I know. I haven't made a part 2 for my sugar daddy video on my Secret Life channel. I know. And hey, if you want that video to be made, and I'm pretty sure you guys do, give this video a thumbs up and I'll post it probably next week. But if you haven't saw that video, it pretty much just talks about what a sugar daddy actually is and how to be a baby correctly. It's worth a watch. So I feel like I have a pretty good grip of judging people's character online at first glance. And I know that sounds really petty, but it works a lot of the times with the guys. Normally, just after a quick look at their profile and a quick read of their message, I can get a really good idea of what that person wants and like the between the lines kind of info. So it is super rare when I answer anybody at all on like Instagram. I have my Twitter messages where only people I follow can message me, so I'm cool there. But like, it's rare. But occasionally I do answer people, and just to see and scope them out, just to see what they're about. I mean, why not, right? But I think what's scarier than a Splenda daddy, because a lot of times they're all talk and nothing's ever gonna happen, are the ones that are more on the fraudy kind of side, where it just, you'll see what I mean. So yesterday I received a message on my Instagram from a sugar daddy, and by reading the first message and going on his profile as I do, I kind of had a feeling where this was going, but I was like, hey, this might make a good story time video. I know that sounds really shitty, but like, again, I mean, live vicariously through me. Don't hurt yourselves. So, there is already a red flag, and we'll get into what that red flag is. But I decided to message him back and to see what's up, because maybe for once, I'm wrong. Maybe he'll become my future sugar daddy and we'll be traveling Italy in no time, and I'll have $1 bajillion and some Gucci flats. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So for curiosity's sake, I was like, psh, whatever, answer him. So I'm going to put the conversation up on the screen. We're going to read through it. We're going to talk about all of the red, green, and purple flags that are flashing. And yeah. But mainly, I want to show you this because I want to show you how ridiculously fast and aggressive this all crumbles down with these fakes when you ask them the correct questions. But keep in mind, and please do this for yourself, after the first red flag, cut it off. Okay, I'm going to move over here and put the combo up here. Alright, it was a lot. I gotta scroll. Hold on. Okay, so he sends me a message at 10:12 p.m. Anyway, okay, so you can read it. He goes,
"Hey, I'm Anthony, a sugar daddy. I want an honest lady to be my sugar baby. I don't know if you're up for that. Lots and lots of hearts."
Hey Anthony, this sounds very sweet. I just got out of a sugar ship a little over a year ago, and it's a long story, but it made me feel really reluctant for another. I'm open, but a bit guarded, just being quote unquote honest.
Now, I won't get into it too much, and I have mentioned it in previous videos, but this particular sugar ship that I was in, the guy ended up, long story, having like a huge drug problem, and it just got really scary. And I never met him in person. He was an online sugar daddy, but it just was something that was just became really toxic. And yeah, anyway, so
Because I like an honest girl. Where are you from? I can pay you $2,000 weekly for sexy pics and videos starting immediately. We can meet later.
So right there's 2 red flags, but more like 2.5, which is the $2,000 a week is a lot for what he's asking for, but kind of not. It really depends on how your sugar daddy values you, but this guy doesn't know me, and we'll get into that later. He also mentions the fact that we are going to meet, and as you'll see throughout the conversation, because I'm only really doing this for humor and curiosity, I go with it. But I'm very reluctant on sugar ships that immediately go into, hey, let's meet. Like, I'd rather do Skype for a while and phone calls. Like, I don't know, you might be a murderer, and you still might be a murderer. So, yeah, so 2 red flags right off the bat. I would have normally stopped talking to him by now if I did do this on my own. But like I said, alright, so
I'm currently in Florida. I mean, that sounds awesome. We would need to work out details, but I could definitely make it work for you. May I ask what you do? The website on your account seems broken.
So I clicked on the link that he has on his Instagram, and I also looked up the company on Google that supposedly he says he works for, and both of them came up nothing. So he goes,
It's down, some maintenance issue or so. I'm into real estate. I only need pics and videos daily throughout the week.
it's a weird sentence, right? Anyway,
And then we can meet twice monthly.
I was like,
Okay. How many pics a day and for how long? Or do you just want a girlfriend experience?
and what I do as a girlfriend experience is like, I mean, text you sweet nothings, good morning. I have a few like GFBs right now that like, you know what I mean? Or I mean, BFGs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have a few relationships with guys like that right now that I absolutely love and I've had for years. So I didn't know what he wanted. He goes,
Like 10 2 to 3 minute videos weekly, but according to my demand.
it's another red flag. But okay, so I was like,
which would be what? Like, give me an example of what you would like.
so that's also like a really good thing that when you're establishing boundaries, rules, whatever with these new guys, to just be really upfront. Like straight up ask them, like, do you have a kink? Do you have a fetish? Like, what's your deal? What are you expecting of me before you take any money or agree to anything? Let's keep going. He goes,
It was you in nude videos playing with yourself.
okay, true. I was like,
Okay, how do you pay your babies? What method do you send money?
and now, like, to be honest, for that many videos, like a video every day and constant talking, like $2,000 a week is actually really normal and fine. It seemed a lot at first because I didn't know what the fuck he wanted and he was very vague. But now that we brought it up, okay, not totally, like, it's really up to your daddy. It's not like, you know, okay, anyway. Again, he doesn't know me, but like for 10 videos a week, like, okay. Anyway, so he goes,
I only pay my babies via vanilla MasterCard. I'll match it to my account and load the cash on for you if that's something you can do.
now, pause. I know nothing about prepaid cards. I've never used one with a sugar daddy. That to me was already another red flag. So this is what, number 4? I was already kind of like, oh god, like what? Like I know nothing about them. Like that was just weird for me. So I was
like, is the card sent via mail. I've never used a cash card before.
He goes,
no, you have to go to a store near you for one, maybe $100, and I'll load.
and now he ups $500 on it.
For immediately, no hassle.
I was like,
It sounds interesting. Not sure if I want to make a down payment until we establish more of a connection, though.
which is, just, in my respect, a weird sentence. Like, never ever give any guy money. Just like I said, I wanted to see where this was going. Anyway.
Is this the only way that you're willing? We can always try this for a week. Exchange info and see if we click.
Now, this is like a very, 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 very valuable thing to say to like new sugar daddies, because you never know if that guy's gonna like you until like accept, like, let's say he offered you like $8,000 for like the whole month. Like, he's like, oh, I'll give you like $8,000 a month. Like, that's great, but like, I don't know you. I don't know if I'll like you. I don't know if we're gonna get along. Like, I can't accept that much money from you and then have you come after me like a crazy person. And I'm not even saying that he would be right for even coming after you, but just to like keep yourself safe from like weirdos, you just want to make sure you know who these guys are before you start accepting like large sums of money from them. And then I said,
or you can send me $500 with Western Union or something, and then I can buy the card and you can send me the rest.
doesn't that sound great? Anyway,
I feel more comfortable with that kind of exchange.
He goes,
baby, I pay all up front, and if I could pay any other way, I would gladly, but that's the only way I can pay.
This again is like really sketchy, because I understand, like, now here's for all the dislikes we're gonna get. Some guys are married, some guys are secretive, some guys are doing, you know what I mean? I get you don't want a paper trail in some cases. I don't like being with married guys. If I find out you're married, I'll drop you. So this is like weird because Western Union doesn't really leave a paper trail. Like, if you use the app, like, it'll take out of your bank. But if you go to Western Union with cash, like, you just fill out like a little bit of info and then know my info, which is me going out on a limb if I were to ever do this, which never do this if you don't know the guy, but again. So I don't know, it's just very weird and whatever. So I go,
okay, I understand. I was like, I'm about to go run some errands. Let me stop and look at one of these cards. I doubt it's $100 to open one anyway.
So I actually had to go food shopping, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go food shopping at Walmart, because I know they have prepaid cards, and then I can get like 2 things done at once and see what is up with this. So
he goes, when, baby?
Now, this should have been, and we're gonna put one. This is another red flag, because like, that's a little rushed. Like, guys that are rushing are just, like, why are we rushing? Like, calm down.
Like, I'm going out now, food shopping and all.
Note that I said that. Please note that I said that. Mental note. I told him I was going food shopping. I was like,
let me get back to you in about an hour and I'll look into this card.
So, again, he did not stop texting me. But I did ask him questions, but he did not stop. Oh, this isn't texting, sorry. Messaging me on Instagram. I did not give him my phone number. I did test him, though. You'll see this. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. So he was like,
you can get one for a lesser fee, but I am paying you $2,500, and you can only load it that on a card of 100. Those cards has different loading capacity.
So I'm like a very weird person when it comes to grammar, and this guy keeps typoing really hard. Anytime that I typo, I usually correct it, and he hasn't corrected himself. I don't know if he has an accent. His name's Anthony Montana. He looks just like a like white guy, but like, who knows? Like, I just thought that was weird too. I don't know anything about these cards, and I'm like, I have no reason to think he's lying. I mean, I do, but let's pretend I don't. So I was
like, okay, let me go to the store and check it out.
He's
like, okay, make sure you get a one vanilla MasterCard or a one vanilla Visa card and purchase it with cash. Don't purchase any other vanilla MasterCard. It can't work, okay?
I was like,
Okay, I'll message you in an hour. Where are you from, by the way?
and he goes,
I'm from California. Just make a cash payment for it, okay?
like, dude, you can, whatever. I'm just, dude. I was like, cash. Oh, I said it. I said,
Cash payment is the only way you can buy a cash card. But yeah, if I decide to get it, I will. I have cash on me.
he goes,
Not yet decided to get it? I can pay you immediately if you have it.
so at this point, I'm just like ignoring him because, like, I'm like, all right, dude, like, chill. I drive to Walmart. I get to Walmart. I look at the card rack and I don't see it. And then I see these two cards. So one is like the one he said, which is like, I don't know. I took pictures of them. I'll hold them both up. Hold on. Let me get it in my phone. Okay, so one is the one vanilla prepaid MasterCard. That's the one that like he wanted me to get. And the other one is a My Vanilla personal reloadable prepaid card. So there's two of them. And note the word reloadable because on the one that he told me to get, it says non-reloadable, and then it also says no cash or ATM access. So this is already weird because this guy is going to be sending me close to $9,000 a month on a non-refundable card, or at least a card that says non-reloadable card, and I can't withdraw it or use any of the money. I can only spend the money on the card. That's weird. I mean, whatever. Money's money though, right? So I take a picture of both. They came, well, a video and a picture. And you can see they came in at different times. And I go,
This doesn't seem correct. Both only have limits of $500 here.
he goes,
Because that's the activation fee, not that. Get the one vanilla MasterCard, not the My Vanilla MasterCard. I told you that before.
so I understand what he is saying. But what he is saying and what I am reading is two completely different things. So I send him another photo, like this card. He
Because, yeah, that's the right one.
I was
Like, well, these cards are non-reloadable, and I have a $500 limit. And have a $500 limit. I'm not sure how that's possible.
he goes,
Online transaction. I can put up to $5,000. You got it?
I was like,
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
oh, and he sends me like a screenshot of his account, like nowhere on his, like on this, and I'll show it obviously closer. Does it say like his name or like even it says that it's an Anthony or anything like that, and then it just says some number. So he could get that screenshot from like anywhere, but we're pretending it's him, remember? Okay, so I was like,
I haven't gotten it yet. Seeing if the card is correct.
he goes,
Oh, okay.
so I sent him another picture. At this point, I've even asked like people in Walmart, like if I bought this card, if I can reload money onto it, like when I get home, and they're all like, no. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like,
I can't believe this is right. I was like, give me a minute to look into it.
so I'm just like going around Walmart. I'm shopping. I'm just like Googling shit. He goes,
Because, yeah, that's the right one. Just pay for it and you're all set.
I was like,
But it says you can't use it for ATM or to get cash.
he goes,
It can after deposits. Most info about it is online.
now I did end up reading later that you could make a PIN for your card. I don't know if that means you can take out cash with it. I still don't think you can because literally on the back it says you can't. But okay. I was like,
Send me info then.
because I just feel like really obviously uncomfortable. He goes,
Okay, I'll check it.
never sends me anything. I was like,
You know what? It's cheap. I was like, it's literally $5. Another reason why I'm skeptical.
he goes,
Because, yeah, but activation is 100.
I was like,
Where does it say that?
literally doesn't say that anywhere. You can put like 20 on it.
He goes, I told you, remember, the higher you get, the higher I can send.
Which there is literally nowhere does that say that online anywhere. And I called them, but we'll get to that in a second. So I'm like,
what? Okay. Alright, send me the info so I can do this right.
because I want to see it written. Like, he goes,
just purchase the card for $100. Purchase it for the activation, pay the $100.
like, so at this point, I'm just like aggravated and I'm like, this better be worth it for a video or at least for some cash because fuck. So I call and I talked to a wonderful woman. Her name was Rashida and she was adorable and very helpful for like the My Vanilla Visa crew. They were very nice. And I asked her these questions. I said, hey, I want to get this card. I have a person telling me that this and yada yada. And she told me everything about the cards. She told me that there is no way to make an online transaction to reload the card, either of the cards, even the reloadable one. If I wanted to put more money on the reloadable card, I would have to bring cash and the card back into Walmart to put money on it. So like, literally, like, there is no way of doing it that she's telling me. So, like, at this point, I'm, like, very confused. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks, Yoshida. She's like, cool. So I text him back. And I'm like, do you have a moment to talk? So now this is, like, another test you should always do at Sugars anyway, is try to get, like, a FaceTime or a Skype or something before, again, he pays you, like, a shit ton. So you want to make sure that the person that you see and he's saying he is the person that he is, obviously, right? So this is my time too. So I'm like,
do you have time to talk? I just got off the phone with the company with the heart.
I'm trying to like make it like I'm staying lighthearted. His answer. I can't even with this answer. I can't. I'm gonna let you read his answer. I'm just gonna eye roll really hard while you read it. I go,
I just got off the phone with My Vanilla and they were super nice. He goes,
Did you check what I sent you already? They're only after their gain, not putting you in mind. That's what customer service has to be like, super nice.
I'm like, the fuck? Like, all this bitch did was answer questions, like, that I had, that you can't answer. Like, I was like,
okay, can we please discuss this like adults? Call me? So I think you're misunderstanding me, which is understandable. Messaging is annoying. Do you have a moment?
he goes,
I'm not misunderstanding you, and besides, I can't talk right now. Sorry.
I go,
Okay then, no rush. When you can, message me with a heart.
and he sends me a heart, right? So now I think we're kind of like done for now. I'm like, all right, whatever. Maybe this guy is legit. Like, he wants to at least talk. Like, that's cool. I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. And I'm going to get $2,000 bajillion, right? So I go makeup shopping. And I get another message. And he goes,
Can you get the card? Because I have time to pay you now.
so I think it's very interesting that he has time to pay me, which he can't even do supposedly with an online transaction, but he doesn't have time to like run into a bathroom or a closet or a side office. I don't know where the fuck he is. An alleyway, a McDonald's, and call me. Like, he can't talk for 3 seconds. And I was like,
Not until we talk. I need to tell you what I learned.
he goes,
Okay, your Google Hangout.
I was like,
Sorry, I wish it was as easy as you're making it. No, I have WhatsApp if it's the way you want to speak.
he goes,
It is.
yeah, it's so easy, dude. Because everything you're saying is just right there. Written in black and white. I'm just illiterate. So, I'm a dumb bitch. That's what's going on here. I'm sorry if my camera is skipping, guys, because my stupid camera, I don't know. I think I broke it. I do not want to get a new camera right now, so fuck me. So then he goes, then he says to me,
You Just don't trust me.
No. What's going on in your brain right now? Brain on some other shit. Go up and all up in the club.
Are we serious? Like, of course I don't trust you, Anthony Montana. I don't know you. You're not even one of my customers. You don't even follow me on Instagram. I have no idea who you are. And I went into this telling him, hey, I got out of a really bad relationship. I'm skeptical. Like, obviously I don't have trust for shit. So I just love the manipulation games these guys try to play. Like, fool. So now I'm heated. And now I'm like, this is a video. This is a goddamn video. And this is a learning lesson. And this is going to save a girl. Because this shit is wild. And I was like, you know what? And I'm going to play, like, this is like, I'm just some dumb girl. And I'm just going to feed into this troll. Because I am curious. And I want you guys to see how aggressive and crumbly and like corrupt these guys get when you start to unfold their lies. So I go,
I trust you. I trust you so much, Anthony Montana.
I was like,
I'm just trying to purchase the correct one.
he goes, well, I don't have to do this. You know.
Anthony Montana doesn't have to do this. Doesn't.
I go,
Okay, then don't.
he goes, oh my god, you can't. He goes,
If you trust me, then buy the one vanilla MasterCard.
I go,
I will. Once we speak.
he goes,
What do you want to talk about? I totally understand you all right here.
Bish, it doesn't matter what I want to talk about. I want to talk to you. I asked you to talk to me. You should feel honored. So I chill. I breathe. And I say,
I want to discuss the cards and relay the info I just learned before making my purchase. If you don't want to do this, fine. No worries. I can also wait until you have time to talk.
he goes,
I explained what you need to know already. I paid 2 babies this way.
guys always do this, girls. Can we just like put 3 red flags for this one? Because they always try to throw other girls in your face. They're always like, they're like the fake ones. And they're not even real girls. They always just make them up. Like, I have a harem, so I don't need you. Like, okay, boy, bye. Anyway.
I paid 2 babies this way, and I know all about it. I'm making no mistakes here. It all depends on you doing what you have to do so I can pay you or not.
So if that is the case then, Mr. Montana, then fucking call me. That's what I need to do, right? That's what I'm asking you to do, right? Because you want to send me money? At this point, me and Nate are seriously like, we're like, this guy is probably trying to like steal the $100. Like, how petty is that? Like, I can't with that. Like, I honestly felt like he was trying to get me to get this card and load the money on it so I give him my account information so we can steal it. Because that's what it started feeling like. But we'll get into that in a minute because I do kind of mention that. But, like, I was like,
That's great. I still don't understand why we can't speak. And what's the rush?
because he keeps me like, did you buy it? Did you buy it? Like,
You seem very rushed right now.
he goes,
I have to go on a trip in a few hours.
what? Where? When? What?
Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
What? He has to go on a trip now. He's going on a trip.
Now's the time I got to make your payment, that's why. You ain't helping me here.
I ain't helping him. I ain't helping him, guys. I ain't doing it.
Oh, my lord.
I said,
I'm just trying to make this purchase. What you're telling me is non-reloadable.
Non-reloadable in the sense you can't make a deposit on it, but once I match it to my account, I can always transfer funds to it for you.
so this is like I'm saying at this point, me and Nate are like, it's like,
Don't explain this.
he goes,
I explained already. You know, it seems like you ain't interested. Just interested. You ain't just interested.
I was like,
Wait, wow, I'm standing here in the store trying to do this for you. If that's not interested, I don't know what is. I was like, so what? You're taking the card and you're taking the card number and hooking it up to your account?
he goes,
If you wouldn't make this difficult. I could have paid you within minutes. If you get the card I told you and do the right thing.
I was like,
Okay, fine, I'll try this. So you want me to get this card?
I wasn't really gonna buy it. I was like pretending. And he was like,
Yeah, and activate it for 100.
I was like,
You're 100%. Okay.
I was like,
I'm also confused. What about this 100 thing? Why 100 when you can put anything on it? Like, and it's not that I don't have the cash.
and then I sent him a picture of $100 because I actually had 250s on me. So I was like, and I was
Like, I'm just confused with the amount.
and he goes,
I told you already. The higher you get, the higher you can load on it.
now I talked to Rashida about this, and I asked Rashida, and Rashida had no knowledge of this fact, working for the company that supposedly supplies this fact. So I was confused.
I don't know.
So I was like,
Why not 500? Why not 300? Why 100?
he goes,
Well, that would be much for starters. That's why.
I was like,
Okay, after I buy it, what info do you need?
he goes,
Just buy it and send me a pic. Okay.
so at this point, I'm just done. I'm done playing. I'm just like, yo, I'm tired. It's been like an hour or so of just like back and forth bullshit. And I'm like,
Alright, so like, you know what? You want an honesty and an honest girl, and I'm going to give you that. I feel like I'm putting myself at risk. I'm putting money of any amount
I meant to write, but I put an amount, whatever.
on a prepaid card, not attached to my name, and then giving somebody the number. Like, so unless you can send me more info on this subject, then I'll have to pass.
So I just think it's funny because like these guys, like they really think that we're so desperate that we wouldn't do such a thing. Like, so it's insulting to them. You know what I mean? Like they're insulted that I'm not wanting to fall for his shit. It's just really funny. Anyway, he goes,
I'm not here to hurt anyone. I pay girls this way weekly.
here's the harem again. His harem of bitches. I was like,
I don't think you are, babe. I really don't. But I also know this industry and I have a lot to protect myself. I'm willing to do this with you. I just need to feel secure.
that's like really important. And he goes,
Babe, if you really do trust me,
which I don't know you.
do this and I'll make you smile. Depending on you to do what you want.
I said,
I just need more info. There are other ways of doing this. You can even buy and send me a card.
like meaning he can load it and send it to me.
Or Western Union. There's an app. There's many ways to exchange.
And then I said, sorry, I didn't mean to send that pic again because my phone was telling me that like it resent the picture of the card, but then like when I look at my messages, it didn't. So like I'm confused, but whatever. He goes,
I'm not pushing anymore.
oh, sorry, Anthony. Like, ooh. He goes,
I hate when a baby never listens.
don't put baby in the corner, bitch. I was like, okay, have a nice trip. He goes,
You stayed in the store for 30 minutes because you had a feeling this would work. Why not follow your instinct? Well, you are of your free will. Do what you want.
Okay, firstly, I told you I was going food shopping, so second of all, I'm not in the store for you. Thirdly, I don't need you to tell me that I have free will. I know that. Yeah, so then I said,
I did. I had lots of good feelings and I told you why I didn't feel comfortable. I asked you to provide me with a link with more info, and I even called the company and even tried to call you. Without info, I can't help you. I don't know you well enough to blindly trust you, or to trust you blindly.
sorry. He goes,
Baby,
bitch, my name's Noah. I'm not your baby yet. You didn't pay me.
baby, I told you everything you need so I can pay you. If you're not ready for this,
I'm not ready. Guys, I'm not ready.
if you're not ready for this, I don't know why you stay in the store for a long time. I still not do what you have to do.
I went food shopping. I said this already. I tell him again.
I told you, I was running errands regardless. I'm still at the store, and I had to go regardless.
He goes,
I can pay you within minutes.
he already told me he was done with me, did he not? So who's desperate? So many red flags. I was like,
I don't feel that way. You could have also took a few minutes to call, but you can't, and I understand. If you want, I'll be here when you get back. Wherever you're going, and we can discuss it again. I hold no hard feelings.
you know, I'm just a really sassy and classy bitch. Like, that's all I have to say. Like, he goes,
Well, goodbye. I've given up already. I can't come back from my trip and still have to start explaining the same thing.
I was like,
It's fine. I said I had no hard feelings.
close the book. Side bill. Look, guys, good sugars, they exist. But just like any relationship, to find the right match and the right click is rare and it's hard. And you shouldn't just accept money from anyone and everybody, and you could get burned. And you always have to keep that in mind. I know I said I was worried about having another sugar daddy, and honestly, I am. About 2 years ago, I had it really good, and I had a really awesome sugar daddy, and I don't want to cry. He passed away, and it's just really sad, and we were really close friends. It didn't even matter about money anymore, especially when he became more sick and couldn't send it as frequently, and we just really bonded. It was great, and we used to like smoke, and I don't want to get into it. All right, regardless, he was awesome, and it does exist, and you can always make it work. But real sugars also know what they're doing, know how they're doing it, and they know how to make an arrangement, especially if there's someone that said that they did it before. You have to have honesty, security, and respect on both sides. And if these things ever become a challenge, then puff puff pass, even if he already gave you money. Because seriously, your security and everything is way more important. Alright, give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative, or if you just like weird stories about how my life gets very annoying. And yeah, maybe I'll make this a thing. We can call it like sugar stories or something. Or maybe you guys can like send me crazy stories and I can tell them. I don't know, whatever. Right below if you think this is a good idea. Okay, so subscribe and share and like and love and be safe and be smart and stay sexy, and you got this. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll probably actually see you tomorrow because I was supposed to post the new girl video about social networking, and I haven't posted it yet. Sorry. So yeah, tomorrow. Goodbye.